Hi, I'm Lydia Deacon. I work for West Country Rivers Trust and I coordinate the West Country CSI for the Connecting the Culm project. It's lovely to see some damselflies flying around on such a beautiful day. West Country Citizen Science Investigation, or West Country CSI, has been set up mainly to engage people in their waterways, to understand it better, to understand how to spot pollution or understand how to spot a good and healthy river. But also it's really critical and becoming ever more critical that we collect water quality data and observational data. The network of citizen scientists that we're starting to build is helping us to do that.
How are you doing? Good, thanks. You?
So since this time last year, we've had around 20 people sign up and take samples from our West Country CSI on the Culm, and they've taken around about 134 samples, which, considering the year we've just had, the restrictions, it's really impressive, and you know, a lot of people have been engaged. Ted and Tracy originally got in touch with us through our email, which is how we sign everybody up. And from the offset, we realised that, you know, Ted and Tracy were incredibly involved and wanted to be part of the project, as the Connecting the Culm project, but also were very, very enthusiastic about the West Country Citizen Science project. And obviously, originally it was for Ted's Duke of Edinburgh Award, his Bronze Award. And what a fantastic thing to do for it, to learn a new skill, to understand your environment better, and to also contribute data to an important project.
Nice.
Well, when it rains, everything comes off the fields into the bottom of the valley, and this is eventually where it ends up. Once we had phosphate 400 instead of 0, which was very shocking. I'm leaving my mark. I'm doing something to help others.
It's lovely to have these paths next to rivers, because of course river access is sometimes an issue, and the more access we have, the more likely people are to be engaged in their river. So for someone that might walk alongside a river every day, they might notice it's there and appreciate its beauty, but to then become a West Country citizen scientist and actually understand the problems or the benefits that the river is providing to that local environment is amazing, and that then leads on to different things, such as looking after your climate and reducing your plastic waste in your home, which then helps the environment as a whole, not just our rivers. So we can see here that we've got the Himalayan balsam coming up, which is a huge issue within the Culm. We know that. They've not got much of a root, which means they're very easy to pull. However, they dominate, they take over, their seed pods spread very quickly. It's a beautiful stretch of the river. We're seeing huge macrophyte growth. We're seeing those macrophytes flowering, which is beautiful this time of year. There's a good phrase that we often use, which is there is no away. And so when you're tipping something down the drain, that will eventually end up in our rivers. Yes, it might go through a treatment process, but it might not. And so we've always got to be thinking about where our liquids are going. And the landscape of the West Country is very surface water driven. So whenever we have rainfall, it often just pours off into our rivers because of our geology and such like. And now the Connecting the Culm, you know, I love the fact that the name in itself is really important, because the whole communities along this stretch of river will be connected to it, but they might not know it. So opening that door to those people and allowing them to go and take a sample and understand it much better works well. The Citizen Science Programme is data and evidence. You can't do anything without that. So that's the basis, obviously. Once people are aware and they start to understand their rivers better, they realise how incredibly important they are and what rich diversity they can hold or do hold, depending on the state of that river. What would be fantastic is to have a network of people who are invested in the health of the Culm. Oh, awesome. Yeah. And working together to help each other help the river. And what would be nice is that it's not just during the project's time, but continues on afterwards.